Andrew Tate, the acclaimed top G, has been arrested, and it all began with him flexing his car collection of 33 cars to Greta Thunberg just a few days ago. You're watching Auto Anorak, and let's check out every single car Andrew Tate owned before his arrest and why he probably doesn't have 33 cars.
Sparkling water, because sparkling water is for rich people.
So yes, the so-called Matrix appears to have caught up with Andrew Tate, and with him, the cars could end up being taken too. But first up, I have to get past this. It's his Bugatti. This is his signature car, and one that really elevated the Tate brothers above all other gurus we've seen in the past that haven't been able to show off more than a few Hurricanes. It's a $5.7 million Bugatti Chiron Pure Sport, and ironically for the top G, is the slowest of the Chiron lineup. The Bugatti features a unique copper, carbon and red spec with Tate in the headrests and around $500,000 in total options. Next, speaking of Hurricanes, is his Hurricane Evo Spider. It's a very cool car, but as a Lamborghini fanboy through and through, it's kind of a letdown. It's not a very special edition and the spec is fairly bland apart from the 1016 Industries carbon fiber bonnet. And then there's his Ferraris. Firstly, there's the 458, which we can technically say is his because I believe he gave it to one of his relatives, Luke. And then there's the 812s. We've all seen his blue 812 with, I think, a red interior, but he also recently picked up a silver 812 Competizione in Dubai, which he has claimed to have two of. These sell for over $1 million in the used market and are limited edition track-oriented versions of the 812 with crazy options like full carbon fiber wheels. And moving on, we get to his McLarens. He's owned a 720S and now owns at least one McLaren 765 LT, a car that, whilst heavily unreliable, remains a favourite for Tate due to its unbelievable levels of speed for money. So that's a lot of the high horsepower thoroughbred supercars, but more on those later. For now, why don't we take a look at his luxury fleet? Rolls-Royce is the first brand that comes to mind, and of course he has a Wraith finished in blue with the Starlight headliner. It's also rumoured that he owns a Bentley Continental GT, but I feel like these rumours are based upon people thinking he actually bought one when he pranked Tristan into believing he bought one, and he has owned some before, so maybe that's also making people feel like he owns this car. Then the next luxury car verges into tuner car status, but isn't his craziest modified vehicle. More on that later. It's the Brabus B63 Coupe, an 850 horsepower version of Mercedes' already bonkers S63 Coupe. This is the ultimate autobahn cruiser and comes in direct contention with another modified beast in his arsenal, a BMW F90 M5 that was tuned by the legend Zed. This means it's all matte black and one of the most menacing vehicles on the road with custom wheels, and did I mention it produces 800 horsepower and makes one of the most savage noises on the planet from its twin-turbo V8. I'll still be taking that B63 though. Also, don't forget to subscribe, guys, if you've made it this far in the video. I know you're really gonna like the final car on this list. So back into it, we have his James Bond obsession in car form. Tate owned a Vanquish S Roadster for the longest time and now owns the 750 horsepower DBS Superleggera. I believe this may be a limited Bond edition, but couldn't find the exact details, so I don't want to spread false information on that one. Another obsession has been Porsches, which he recognises are spectacular cars, but of course this very understated persona just needed a more special shouty version in the form of the Tech Art GT Street RS, a re-engineered 992 turbo limited to just 87 units, producing 800 horsepower and some interesting looks. I appreciate the amazing carbon work, but I've seen one of these in person and let's just say it's a tad busy. At this stage you'll realise that we haven't counted 33 cars so far, not even close, which brings into question if Mr. Tate was exaggerating or hasn't shown us cars or was even including cars that he's got on order. And of those cars on order, it is believed that he has ordered Koenigsegg's new Gemera and potentially Pagani's new Utopia. That's easily around $5 million in cars. But as promised, guys, the best car in the entire collection, and the final one we'll be talking about today. A mint condition, classic, pristine Rosso Corsa Ferrari red Lada Riva. Not just a staple of Romanian roads, but a car that is practically the backbone of Eastern Europe at this point. I am sure you will all join me in indulging in the timeless design, awe-inspiring simplicity, and limitless reliability of this Soviet masterpiece. As I said, don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed this video, because we're ramping things up this year. I'm aiming for 20,000 subscribers, and I'm putting in the effort to try and make that happen, and we're starting off by going to Tokyo Auto Salon this year, which is going to be unreal. But anyway, let me know in the comment section below which one of these cars you would have if they somehow went up at a government auction for very, very low prices. As I said in my last Tate video, I'm not putting across any views on Tate or anything like that. We're just sticking with the cars for this one. That's what I do. Thank you so much to each and every one of you for watching. I'd like to wish you all a happy new year, but that's it for us. That is the first video of 2023. Take care, guys.